So for today's video, I figured I'd show you how to work on your face since I've been working on the computer for quite a bit and my eyes have been getting a little tired, so great chance to make a face unknotting video. So if you look at a picture of a skull, there's the eye socket and there's the bone around here. There's actually a lot of knots that form around here. If you look at a knot diagram, they'll show you that as well. And you can actually feel the muscle. It almost seems like they tuck underneath the bone and goes inside. And that's why our eyes kind of get droopy as we get older. And that's because the muscles aren't working up there. Same thing down here. Much like our love handles, which I'll cover in another episode, the muscle seems to get pushed and then it just doesn't get retracted because of all the other knots. It's not pulling and retracting like it used to. So what you want to do for your eyes, this is more advanced, so if you're just starting off, I don't recommend doing this, just watch the video. But if you're really good with feeling the rotation of your muscle, you just want to feel to where it's a little spongy and then stretch it out a little bit. And then it'll start moving. Hopefully I can get some of these to pop. There they go. So while I'm pressing it, I'm actually stretching out my neck as well because I'm trying to get the muscles to go back in. And while you're doing this, you'll just feel the muscle slowly move away from your eye, from your bags. And again, I'm not pushing too hard. I'm not trying to gouge out my eye. I'm just trying to get the muscles to move. Oh, there's one. Like you notice I don't really have really prominent cheekbones. It's just because I work on this knot a lot, so these don't stick out as much. So let's go ahead and try this side. Oops, moved off the camera. Now I'm not trying to peel down my eye. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm just pushing up. But why it starts to go down is because the muscle's actually moving. So my finger moves with it to try to get it to release. Now let's try to see if the top will release. And again, if you're not popping, it's okay. You're just mainly trying to sense the movement. I know it's kind of hard to tell. A lot of times when I'm pushing, if it doesn't pop, the muscles are moving. Hopefully you can hear a couple of those. Let's try this side. Again, don't push in too hard. You're not trying to break your skin. You're not trying to gouge out your eye. You're just pressing on the muscle and trying to get it to move. there's a lot of movement there. You might see my thumb might have moved across my eyebrow, but that one didn't pop. So let's go back to the bags. There goes one. Oh, that one rolled up, but it didn't pop. Let's try this side. Like for me, the pop is really just more to show you guys that it is releasing, but most of the time when I'm doing this, it's pretty quiet as well, just because I'm sensing the muscle moving. Let's try go back to this side. There's one. So you'll want to be doing this as often as you can, especially if you want to get rid of your bags. Um, there's no time limit. It's just whatever time you have. If you could do 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, it's all good as long as you're making some progress. But I don't know if you're looking at the screen all day like I am. I don't know if 5 minutes is going to be enough time. Admittedly, I don't spend enough time on these either, so I probably have to start spending an hour or more a day on this. Let's try the top of the eye again. There's one. Now you might have noticed my hand just rotated over while I was doing that. That's actually because the muscle was rotating, so I was rotating with the muscle. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't realize my hand was covering my eye. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've worked on these for quite a while already, and so they don't really pop as loud as they used to. But when I first started doing this, some of them did pop pretty loudly. Um, there are also going to be knots along your tear ducts. Have you ever had those moments where your tear ducts are just itchy and your eyes are dry for no reason? That's just because the knots right here are so tight that your tears can't even come out. Let me see if I can get this guy to go. I'm just touching a little bit behind my tear duct because I do feel a knot behind it. I'm tilting my head because I'm trying to put a stretch on it. There's one. Let's see if this side will pop a little bit louder. But my tear ducts aren't itchy right now, so I don't think there's any muscle that's really going to release. No, the tear ducts aren't too productive today. They're just releasing, but they're not really popping. And again, that is normal. When you're doing it, it's probably not going to pop for a while. But once they get to a point they'll start popping, they'll start off really loud for a while, and then they'll eventually start mellowing out like they are right now on me. There are also knots right here. That's why when we smile, we get the crow's feet. It's just because the muscles aren't as flexible over here, and they're all kind of striated. Similar to the forehead, you know, like why we get these lines. Under every one of these lines is a tiny, small knot. Work on my bag some more. There's one. Go back to this eye. Trying to find the knot. There we go. And this side's kind of weird because as I'm pushing my eye, it's actually releasing out of here. So that probably has to go back to the days when I used to lean a lot on my right side. There we go. Thank you for watching my video. If my tips have been helpful, please give me a like or subscribe to my channel. If there's any part you'd like me to show you how to unknot, leave a comment below and I'll be more than happy to make that video for you. See you next time.